Introducing Closing the Gap.
Hello, I'm Dana Howard, and thank you for taking time to learn more about the academic achievement gap in our public schools, and as well, what you can do to help close the gap. Closing the achievement gap, it is serious business.
It will require some uncomfortable conversations, examining truths about our future, and then our willingness to truly invest in our children. Here's why. The achievement gap is the disparity, the huge gap in learning, grades, and graduation rates between white and Asian children and students who are African American, Latino, Southeast Asian, and low-income white.
Everybody always saying why we like this, instead of saying why, what can we do to bring it up, to bring us up.
They don't have science books here. So the teacher still had to give these kids this test, and they never was introduced to science. How do you think that make the kids feel when they don't have not one answer to one thing on that paper?
The numbers are more than just troubling. If these children don't make it through school, they most likely won't make it in society, and they are not going to just disappear. You and I will end up paying for their medical, their food, their housing, or even worse, their incarceration. And for what? When these students are bright and talented, but for many reasons simply are not getting the same shot. Realizing this in 2007, a group of business and community leaders formed Closing the Gap. CEO of Delegata, Kais Manufi, CEO of eRepublic, Dennis McKenna, accountant, Phil Conley, philanthropist, Cheryl Miles, former Sacramento Police Chief, Albert Nahara, and myself, Dana Howard. What Closing the Gap does is raise money to give to organizations focused on closing the achievement gap. The money must be used to target the achievement gap through three specific strategies: preparation, education, and vocation. Organizations like the Sacramento Police Foundation are putting Closing the Gap funds to work by providing students professional life coaching. The results are tremendous. Just watch.
And it was the third time through, right?
This is English 101 at American River College.
I think it was a little difficult because
Crystal Farrington is one of 3 African Americans in this class. Inappropriately low numbers, she says, much like it was when it came to taking college prep classes in high school.
I'm puzzled too.
Puzzling, but Crystal knows it is one of the symptoms of the achievement gap. But she also knows that there is a treatment.
Even if you were going to go pro, you still have to get like a good degree so that because you're not playing football forever.
Programs like Closing the Gap that work one-on-one with students who historically fall into the achievement gap, providing them SAT counseling, coaching them step by step to college.
Just knowing that they have that kind of door open to them will make them try harder, because when they feel like they don't have anything to depend on, it kind of feels hopeless, and they just say, forget it, why should I even try?
It worked for Crystal. American River is just a stepping stone before she goes to UC Berkeley next spring. It was the coaching paid for by Closing the Gap, she says, that increased her SAT scores, her GPA, and made the difference in simply what to put down on her college application.
I mean, yeah, it's needed. There are some students out there who have no idea how the college applying process works.
The only time a counselor called me in or I went to go talk to them is if I wasn't doing well in a class.
Ku Yang doesn't falter high school counselors. There were 5 of them and 2,000 students. She says Closing the Gap, though, gives the students what the school system simply can't.
They just need motivation, and then you need to open their eyes to what's going to happen in the future.
And Ku and Crystal's future is now bright.
Dear Crystal K, congratulations.
It is my pleasure to inform you that
I'm delighted to welcome you to the College of Letters and Science,
California State University of Los Angeles,
University of California, Berkeley, for the spring semester 2009. Oh yeah.
Thank you for watching, and thank you for taking the initiative.
Now, at Closing the Gap, we critically need your support. This isn't a crisis that big donations from just a few people is going to solve. Everyone must play if our community is going to prosper. So, if you can donate $10, $5, even just $1, that is great. If you're a little uncomfortable giving on the spot, by all means, take a moment to think about it, and when you're ready, click on the PayPal button and donate there. And when you're done, please Facebook and tweet all your friends to let them know. Times are tough, we know that, but with just a little from a lot, we are bringing huge change. We are turning this crisis around. We are closing the gap.